Tyranny in the land of freedom. Every empire begins with a promise, and every promise, sooner or later, meets its tyrant. America was born not in silence, but in rebellion, in defiance of crowns, empires, and kings. It was a country born from the fire of resistance, forged by men who swore that no ruler, no monarch, no tyrant would ever again dictate the fate of the free. They wrote words that thundered through time. We hold these truths to be self-evident, but power is a patient enemy. It doesn't vanish when a king is overthrown. It hides in new faces, new titles, and new ambitions. Tyranny didn't die at Yorktown. It merely learned how to speak with an American accent. Over 2 centuries, the United States would see leaders, generals, industrialists, and officials rise as guardians of liberty, only to betray it. They would justify oppression in the name of security. They would bury the truth beneath progress. They would trade freedom for order and convince the nation it was the right thing to do. These are their stories. 8 figures who shaped America's destiny and darkened its soul. This is Epoch of Change, and this is America's Tyrants. Andrew Jackson, the president who defied the nation. He called himself the People's President, a war hero, a man of the frontier, the symbol of American grit. But Andrew Jackson's idea of the people did not include everyone. Not the Cherokee, not the Creek, not the Choctaw, Chickasaw, or Seminole. In 1829, when he entered the White House, he vowed to break the power of elites and give voice to the common man. And for some, he did. But his vision of democracy had a limit, a border drawn along the color of one's skin, the tribe of one's birth. The Supreme Court ruled that Native American nations had sovereignty, a legal right to remain on their ancestral lands. Chief Justice John Marshall declared that the Cherokee were a distinct political community. It was a decision meant to protect them. But President Jackson's response was chilling. He said, "John Marshall has made his decision. Now let him enforce it." What followed was not enforcement. It was erasure. In 1830, Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, authorizing the forced relocation of tens of thousands of indigenous people from the American Southeast to territories west of the Mississippi River. Entire nations were marched from their homes under military guard. Women carried infants through snow. Elders collapsed on the roadside. Nearly 4,000